looking at, excuse me guys, we're looking at the same mount attack sequence we worked on Friday and did it on Friday and wanted to get it on film and messed it up and didn't get to, so we're going to do it today. So head that way, feet that way. This is one of my favorite sequences in all of jiu-jitsu. Okay, I use this all the time, and it works like magic most of the time. Like this is one of my favorite ways to set stuff up. I go for this every time I get mount, every single time. Okay, so we all know for the most part, right, that to armbar somebody, we've got to force one of her elbows off and pull her somehow. And there's different ways of doing that, right? There's just simply pulling the elbow up and then kind of coming up and getting into high mount, which is sort of like the old school way of doing it. But we've all trained with somebody at one time or another where it was just almost impossible. That thing was just suction cupped to the floor, and it was just almost impossible to get that thing off the floor to get it, right? We've all had that happen at one time or another. Really, really hard to get that elbow up off the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over it instead of under. We're going to attack the opposite arm. So what we're going to do is we're going to go left hand in the collar, right hand goes on the mat, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my knee all the way up till it's up near the crown of her head, right? And this foot's kind of out to the side here. There we go. So we're here, right? Just like this. I leave this hand in the collar, right? Now, there's going to be two sequences to this. So the first part of the move is she goes to push my foot off, like she's going to push it. She's going to push my shin down in between her legs and put me in half guard, right? That's super, super common. So let's go back. So the instant that she goes to push, her hand is no longer defending her neck, right? So the instant she goes to push, this hand just reaches across and goes inside and grabs. I don't go in the collar. I just reach behind and grab a piece of material, right? And then all I'm going to do is don't grab with your thumb because I don't want to hurt your wrist. Yeah, okay. When they do this, what I'm going to try to do is as they push, I'm going to bring my weight up and drop my knee across this arm. I took my hand off of her neck not to crush her throat, but when you guys were doing this, for real, obviously you'd want to keep a hold of this the whole time. And then once I'm here, I would just drop and sink my chin. Okay, so that's the first part of the move, right? We're mounted, elbows are down. I can't get them up off the floor to attack, so I'm going to put my hand inside the collar. I'm going to scoop my knee high. She goes to push the foot. That gives me access to that choke. And I would want to drive my knee across and finish it. Now, the thing I've discovered is that's still pretty low percentage. It's hard to finish this because you get oompa and you get rolled and you get pushed off, and it makes it really tough. Okay? What happens is most people know this choke is coming. So this is the first move we're going to do. As this hand comes around to go inside the collar, she's going to grab my wrist because she doesn't want it in her collar. She's blocking her collar, so I'm just going to roll it and find her wrist. My left hand can come out of the collar, and then we're just going to loop through the hole and grab our own wrist. Pin everything to our chest, right? And then we're going to turn until it taps or her arm breaks because it's under, right? And just finish an Americana right there. So hand goes in, knee slides up high, right? We turn our heel up. As I go for my choke, she grabs my hand or grabs my wrist or my gi or whatever, right? Now I'm going to roll and find her wrist. My hand releases. It comes around. Make my figure four. I tie her elbow to my chest. I don't want it out here. I want to tie it to my chest, and then I'm just going to turn it like I'm trying to make the first knuckle of her fist touch the inside of my knee, right? Don't bring it away, in tight. Okay, one last time. 1, 2, I go to grab, she grabs. I grab her wrist. I go around and feed it into my figure four. I keep everything in nice and tight. And then I finish the Americana just like that. Cool? Let's try that a couple times, and then we'll get to the second part of the move. Okay?